Hello, John. Can you turn the phone sideways? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
How are you? At work?
Good. How are you doing this morning? Yeah, I'm at work.
Yeah. People were wondering, how you can have time while working.
Well, the airplanes come and go. Like the next bank is until like 8 o'clock, so I've got like a little hour gap.
So we were gonna do this chat on your channel, but you said you couldn't figure out something, I think, and then that's why we are doing here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Are you doing this through Zoom? Yeah, I'm assuming you're doing it through Zoom. So you're doing Zoom live.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The only thing I didn't figure out or didn't really know anything about was doing the chats. People asking questions and stuff.
But I think it automatically turns on, don't you think?
Well, it didn't turn on when I did the test with you the other day.
Oh, but maybe nobody asked questions.
Oh, maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I saw questions on my phone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Anyway, so how do you feel?
I'm feeling good. Yeah. I'm healthy. I've been training. I ended up pulling yesterday, and I'm heading to Utah. Going to go to Utah today, hopefully, and do some snowmobiling. So I'm going to get a good shoulder workout, good hand workout from snowmobiling probably tomorrow and Sunday. So it should be good.
Yep. That's good. And how do you feel? No pain? Everything is ready?
Yeah, just the usual stuff. I've been, doing a little bit more with the cables and the overhead stuff. So, the shoulder's been flaring up a little bit here and there. I've been having trouble sleeping, so I get up and grab some ibuprofen. It gets me through the night.
Yeah, I was curious about, John, when you started to add more of gym training, and how did it affect your arm wrestling performance?
Well, it's the verdict still, yet to be seen. I mean, it's still out. I mean, I definitely am feeling some areas that I haven't felt just from strictly arm wrestling. Like this one handle that I've been using, it's definitely hitting a tendon deep in my elbow that I'm not familiar with, or it's a little bit different than the arm wrestling tendons that normally get work when I'm arm wrestling. So it's definitely hitting some different areas that I'm used to, and it's making me sore. But I don't think it's affecting my arm wrestling. I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, if I'm so early into it, just trying to get into it this first couple of weeks, so it's it still might be. I'm going to stick with it, but long term, we'll see how it ends up turning out. If it ends up benefiting or just ends up, causing me to hurt too much.
Yeah, I think that if you use it more for like health reasons and less for specific training, I think it's gonna help you. But if you try to record your max strength, memory there with the handles, I think it will have some negative effects because you know better than anyone else that it is not the same feeling, and when you go to the table, you're always training your hand with the holding and one rep, not like at the table. But while when you hold those handles, I think it is good to do it, like my opinion, that as a like healing health purposes, and some maybe assistant training, but if we think that it is our main training, I think there is going to harm, especially you, that you don't have such base. This is my opinion.
Right. But I have been doing for probably since I started back for probably 6 months or so now. I've been using the bands almost on a daily basis here. 5 days out of the week when I'm at work, and I don't know. I don't know if it's actually helping or hurting, because it definitely seems to be a little bit more taxing. And I'm not as fully recovered as I normally would be when I pull again at the next practice. So it's definitely, even just the high reps, high volume, and blood flow is definitely taking away a little bit from the healing ability. I mean, I'm not as strong or as sharp or as healed when I arm wrestle again. I can definitely tell I get sore a lot quicker. I might be overdoing it. I'm thinking about maybe backing off and just going like every other day with the blood flow thing. But it's funny. I've been arm wrestling for how many years now, and it's still 45. It's still, yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's right and what's wrong. I mean, I still don't know the exact science of it all, and I'm as I've gotten older, I've definitely opened myself up to the possibility of doing other things. But I mean, I don't know. Probably should stick to the true.
Do you think that what is right and what is wrong is also something dynamic that is changing to your, like, where you are, maybe if you are getting a little bit older, maybe you may need like when we talk like what's right, what's wrong, like for example, like resting time, it was totally different when you were 13 and totally different when you were 30, 40, and now it's different. So what I'm just saying, that people should not have like a static other people I'm talking about mind when they ask you, hey John, or hi
what
Angie,
is right, or what is the thing to do.
Yeah.
Everybody's different, obviously. Yeah, and the thing with arm wrestling is that it takes so long to advance, to progress. It's not like weightlifting where you've got that known quantity to know whether or not you're doing the things right, getting stronger. Arm wrestling is so across the board, that you don't know if you're improving, and sometimes the improvement doesn't show up until 6 months, a year down the road. It's not evident right away like weightlifting. So it's definitely a different approach. Like I said, I don't have the answer. I don't know. I don't know if extra weights is key or not, or helpful or not. I mean, many people would argue that it is, but in my experience, it really hasn't been, and I haven't really investigated it that much, just because I have had so much success just from strictly arm wrestling. So hard to veer away from what you know and what's been successful for you. So, but I'm trying, just in case that there is some truth to it.
Yeah, but I mean, but don't you think that you, like, your best performances, like 2006 Vegas, and I think you were also not bad in Golden Bear 98, even though you lost Alan Carrera, but you had some killer match with, like some of those your really incredible performances. Wasn't it like when you were like not 90 kilo, but like 105 kilo or something,
Yeah, right. Yeah, and I don't know if that was the best that I could be or not. Like, to get back to the cables and the handles and the training, and I never really did any of that. So I don't know if I could have actually even stepped it up to another level or not. Or maybe what I was doing at the time was what was absolutely possibly the best thing I could do for myself. So I mean, you just don't know. I mean, how do you know? I mean, unless you dedicate months or even years to it, and then even then, it's not, like I said, it's not a known value like weights, where you can say, oh yeah, no, I'm stronger doing it this way than I was when I was doing it that way. And then of course you bring in all the different other factors, the speed and the techniques and the just the mind of knowing how to react and where to go, and which I think weights have always been kind of a negative in that respect. You don't have quite the sharpness as you do from just strictly arm wrestling.
Yeah. Yeah. I mistakenly turned it. Maybe şunun sesini kapatsan oğlum. Yeah, I was following somebody asking Super Chat. I thought that I turned the light of the phone on. His son's phone, I turned the sound on. Emil getir onun sesini kapatınca. I was gonna, but what I know about you, every time we talk in last, decades, you said that you are confused when you go to gym, and you feel more confident when you when you are at the table and doing what you are going to do at the competition.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm 100% believing that no matter how much you train outside of table, you really need to transfer that to the
I mean, I still believe wholeheartedly that the best training is having a team of a really good, diversified arm wrestlers, the big, short, tall, just all the different aspects that you would possibly run up against in a tournament. And then, of course, even just the tournament experience is another added, plus to sharpening your skills to the best of your, the best of you could be. Weights, yes, they're making you strong. Yes, maybe you can push a little harder, but it's so one-dimensional. It definitely makes you, I think, in some respects, a little, the mind isn't quite there.
The weights will never give you the coordination that you can get from table, and that is why I believe that we need to go to the table as fresh as possible, because the table is not somewhere to see how much we improved by lifting weights. Table is somewhere that we need to transfer what we did in the gym to the table. Is our real main training to create that coordination that we are separately training in the gym. There is a super chat. Bob Knuckle, thank you for super chat. Hi, Angie, can you please ask John if he has ever pulled Mike Aiello officially? Does he think it is a potential feature match, considering Mike has been over Godzilla and Eric Spoto? Eric Spoto beat Devon in practice. So he is asking, do you think that he's just a good one, you know?
So the first part of the question, no, I don't think Mike and I have ever pulled in a official tournament. The only time I've ever pulled Mike is after he had pulled, I think, the day before, 2 days before, in some hard matches. So he was pretty tore down. And yes, I think it would be a great super match if anybody wanted to set that up. I would definitely be willing to pull Mike in a super match. I know he's dangerous if he gets that shoulder roll in there, and that would be I would do everything I could to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's dangerous, but someone with good pronator like Chen Shao just kind of didn't allow him to use what he has. Mike's. You saw there like 4-way, right? That with That he's a strong guy. Yeah, he would be a good one. Yeah, Neil Pickup is saying hello. I mean,
hey Neil, how's it going?
Yeah. So how many days? What's today? Friday? You coming on Wednesday?
What's today? Friday, Saturday. So yeah, 7 days, and I'm going to lose probably 7 hours. So it's coming up on 6 days left for our match. You feeling good? You feeling confident?
No, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
I have a feeling you're going to put a big shock in my arm the first match or two, and I'm definitely going to need to.
No, I can't. But when I said that, that's the only way. That's the only way. It doesn't mean that it's going to happen. But if there is a chance that maybe you switch your.
No. It's funny. It doesn't take much. I mean, I think you're close enough, and we're There's a lot of matches though that are like that. I mean, if one of us is a little bit off and a little bit maybe not, still tore down from training, or mentally isn't quite there, or whatever. That opens some doors that can really, people then go, oh, what happened? What's going on? Well, come on. I mean, you can't be perfect all the time. So I wouldn't put it. I'm not discounting the fact that you might bust me a couple times. You felt really good in Turkey when we did some air pulling after I just got even just the slight pump with the Zola. I know that, but it's there. I mean, that's the problem. I mean, feeling that, I'm thinking to myself, oh yeah, no, he's got some strength.
No, I know. Yeah. We were talking about Mike Aiello, the match and the possible one, and then I realized that Emir, like you come back. When was your chance match? July? or August?
I think it was June or July. Yeah.
Oh no, not June, not June for sure. June, you
No, it
went to
wasn't June. Maybe
Romania.
June.
Yeah, and
Oh,
end of
okay.
July,
All
I
right.
think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. July. Yeah.
Emir,
So I've been pulling probably end of May, June. That's what I was thinking, June. But yeah, I got some great workouts in Romania. Yeah, I forgot about that trip. That was fun.
Yeah.
So I'm almost into it a year now. Yeah, coming up on a year, so I should be.
No, not yet. It's like
no more
8 months,
excuses.
maybe 8 months, not even 8 months. But what
Right.
I'm just going to point is that, when I said things, some people think that I'm extreme about you, but I'm not extreme about you. I know if I'm not going to be humble about this one, but if there is someone who knows what he's talking about, I'm that person, about
Yeah.
honest. So what I am just saying that whenever I talk about you, people thinks I'm extreming. I'm not extreming, but look at you. I mean, people think that oh, Engin, you just all time praise John. Or it's not. It's just like John. Just so sorry, but that is the truth. When
I
every guy
appreciate it.
look at Alexei Voivoda. Just go ask Rustam Babayev. Go ask Arsen Liliev. Go ask me. Go ask Devon. They all will say the same thing. So you inspired all of us. And even now, look at when people are pulling once or twice a year, you just came last July. Do you realize how many times you pull?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me that people are that are doing that. Just, I mean, if you're into the sport and enjoying the sport and are progressing and well trained, you can pull. I mean, yeah, maybe you can't be peak and be trained and rested, every month, but every couple months is doable. And that's why I have always had a hard time understanding how people just want to. Well, but maybe it's for their mental state. They got beat or it was close and they feel like they need that full 6 months to reassess and retrain and build. But I always felt like, why not put yourself out there? And I always felt that the tournaments made me better. So good competition is just sharpens the skills that much more. So
Yeah. So I'm just saying that you still being a good example, and then showing people that you can pull a tough match even every month.
right.
This is and you were doing
I mean,
even
there are some negatives to that though, Ingan. I mean, like I was telling you before. I mean, yes, the super matches are great, but it's also really difficult to be like super peak, like the full 2.5, 3 weeks, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks of full rest. I mean, because if I did that between every super match, I mean, that leaves what, a week or two of training between super matches. So
if you were like, just imagine if you were like 25 years old, 30 years old, would that be a little bit different? That you wouldn't need that much. Maybe you would still have like about 2 weeks.
I think still 2 weeks is always been the key for me to mentally and physically feel like I was at my best. If I didn't have that, I didn't feel like I was at my best. But I mean, there was times when I was in my 20s, 30s that I would go to a Leonard Denise tournament every other week. So I mean, I was actually using the stress of the tournament and really not doing any training other than just pulling hard during the tournament, and then afterwards that was my session. So it was once every 2 week training session, but it worked.
Yeah. So that is that's what I say. And then we were going those tournaments and then pulling probably multiple weight classes.
Yeah, no, that was always it was always good training because like I said, even if I didn't get the training during the tournament, I would always pull afterwards real hard. So it worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it true that you are now leaving your beard? So that I would think that you are, you have a
I'm
gray
older.
hair. You look older, and I will have mercy on you.
Yeah, I never let it go through the sides here, but here in the last week, I decided to let the side beard go. So we'll see how it turns out. I don't like the mustache thing, and it's already starting to bother me. So I might have to trim that down. But I'm thinking about maybe letting the chin hair go.
Yeah, normally I look older than you, but if you leave that we will be very near at the age,
Right.
Yeah, I will ask you
Maybe some people, yeah.
a few other things, you know, about the May super matches.
Okay.
Like, just you can shortly say your opinion. Like, for example, what do you think about Dave, Cheffy, and Gennady?
Well, Dave has proven that he's been able to beat him before, so I have no reason to doubt that he wouldn't be able to do it again. I mean, I hold Dave in, you know, super high regard. I mean, as far as the arm wrestler, as an arm wrestler goes, and his strength and his hand. There's only a couple people that I think that, with the right rule set, that can, you know, even give Dave anything, any kind of a match. Yes, Dave's been beat by Michael. He's been beat by Devon in WAL situations when their arms have been completely straight on the table. But other than Levon, I mean, yeah, I mean, Dave, to me, has got to be the favorite going in to almost against anybody. But yeah, I mean, if anybody's going to, you know, beat him, it's going to probably be someone that has a great back pressure top roll, you know, top roll. And Gennady somewhat has that, but I don't think he's got the horsepower to deal with Dave.
Mm-hmm. But do you think that there is a chance that, you know, when Gennady pulled Dave, he was still pulling those WAF events? Do you think that there is a chance that him to be like,
yeah, of course there's a yeah, of course there's a chance. I won't say that Gennady has no chance. I just feel in my mind that Dave would be still the favorite. You know, I know Gennady's, you know, even in his match when he pulled Dave, he somewhat got out on Dave's hand a little bit, and if it sticks, it stops. Yeah, Dave has a hard time. Has a hard time with that. He doesn't. Well, it's difficult for anybody to adjust. I was going to say he doesn't adjust well, but you know, if you get stuck like that and you've committed to the side pressure and your hand hopefully holding up, and it doesn't, it's kind of a loss. You almost kind of need to let it go instead of fight with it.
I think they will both survive their Pronator, but I think Dave's wrist will not really handle the pressure. But if they beat him like this, I'm not talking about dead wrist, but, you know, with Pronator, you know, then yeah, I think it's going to be a tough one. This is my opinion.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Dave do that very often. I would think Dave has the confidence in his hand strength to be able to try to still keep his cup as he goes sideways.
Yeah, but whenever he did Gennady, he didn't really have like this, but he was just like more.
He didn't have the full cup.
No. He was, but he still was with the arm. He even
I haven't
maybe
reviewed the match.
took to Gennady's wrist. Maybe that's how I remember. You know. Yeah. With like more outside. You know. Yeah. But I for sure the match is going to go strap. I don't think that, you know, Gennady's hand wrist will be like Levon's, and yeah. And what do you think about? You don't know much about Irakli, but Irakli versus Todd.
Well, I mean, he showed himself to be really good against Sasho. So I mean, I think Todd Hutchins is a very similar pull. I'd imagine that if you watch that match, their match might go exactly the same way. I think Irakli has obviously good chances to top roll Todd and put him in a very awkward, bad leveraged position. But, you know, Todd's a fighter. Todd will fight with a straight wrist or even a broken wrist, especially if it gets put in the straps. Does Irakli have the horsepower to come across the table and finish Todd? Probably not. Todd's going to be stronger than Sasho. And so, I mean, if Todd loses if he loses the first round, second round, he'll win the next four. So, but yeah, no, I see that match going very similar to. I mean, Irakli's obviously bigger, and he's probably going to be stronger than the match that I saw him pull Sasho. So, he's definitely going to have chances against Todd. I mean, for sure, he's going to have the chances. Todd's vulnerable to a great top roller, and he possesses that. So,
yeah, that match is going to go strap for sure, John, because Irakli's hand without the strap is not like, you know, as dominant as Prudnik's hand. If you say Prudnik versus Todd, I would say that there is a possibility Todd to have hard time to sleep. But with Irakli, he will have, you know, that chance. But I don't know if he's gonna go supinated hook pressure or if he's going to protect his Pronator and with the flat wrist, he will try to press him. I don't know about.
Right. I would think that I don't think Orekli is that confident. Where Prudnik is probably confident enough to go in a hook and then top roll from a hook position from the go. But Orekli is probably going to just try to stay completely away from Todd's hand and Todd's arm. By going top roll. So
So do you remember the guy, the tall Georgian guy that in Moldova he had the final with the Ukrainian guy?
Yep.
Yeah. Revas. You know, he's gonna pull Michael. Yeah.
Michael. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of horsepower he has, but he had a great top roll. I remember him. He ended up taking second, right? He ended up getting beat by the was the Ukrainian, that kid that beat me. What was his name? Moran?
You talking about Ukrainian?
No, in Moldova, the guy that won the class, the 95 kilo class.
Yeah, the Ukrainian guy. Yeah, I forgot his name.
Oh, he's Ukrainian. Yeah. Super strong hand, super strong forearm. I mean, it was still close. I mean, yeah. So knowing what I felt from him at that time, that to be able to control that, is it Redez? What's his name? Redez?
Revaz, yeah, Luchidze.
Revaz. Yeah.
But did you see his match with Levan? Did you see his match with Levan from 2018?
No.
Yeah, we were like head to head, you know.
Okay. Well, so I mean, most people can end up taking, top rolling Todd, but do they have the arm to finish him? Yeah, that's the problem. So it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. It's always a fun watch.
Yeah, you saw the last match I added, Matt Mask versus Morozov, left arm, and Matt Mask versus Tobias. Do you remember the guy, tall guy, Tobias from Sweden?
Yeah,
he had a super match with Morozov. If you realize that Morozov was not able to top roll him, so he hooked him. I don't know if you watch or not, but maybe you were resting. Yeah, and so this guy has very strong hand power, the Tobias. And when Kurdesha beat him at Pal, Kurdesha said that he felt Tobias at least as strong as Hermes, because the guy's hand is strong. That is why Morozov couldn't top roll him, so he had to hold him low and hook him and beat him. But I don't think that Matt has the potential to go that way, to hook him, because I don't think that he's that good, about hooking and taking inside. But he will have to go outside, so it will be the hand battle, hand and back pressure. So some people think that it will be easy match for Matt, but it may not be that easy. But we will see.
Yeah. Well, Matt's, he's running up against someone that is tall, if not taller than him. So that height advantage that he normally has is going to be taken away. And we know from the past that Matt doesn't have the horsepower. I mean, sideways and hook that. But it's cool to see that Matt's taking on the challenge of pulling some of the top Europeans. It'll be good to see how that turns out.
Yeah, that is all my intention, just to bring, because for years, they arm wrestle there, the others are arm wrestle here, and all the time people talk, So now just bring them and then let's them pull, Just this is my goal, And do you know Ongarbayev?
Oh yeah, he's back and healed up. Did he fall off a horse? I can't remember the situation where he ended up injuring himself.
He's gonna pull Marcio.
Okay, but he was hurt, so I don't know what kind of.
He was
fully back now, or
his shoulder, and he just recently competed a Kazakhstan event, and in 2.5 months, they told me he will be ready. He will be under 230 limit. And by the way, you wouldn't mind, right, to pull Zurab under 230? Is it okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
because the guy is like 100 kilo, 220. So and for me, you're going down to 220, right? Next week.
We've had this discussion. I need to start, but like you said, I need to start bulking up for Pablo. He's benching close to 500 pounds now. He's looking beastly. I might find myself with my hands full with him here in 4 weeks or 5 weeks, whatever it is. So
the guy is strong. If you make mistake, if he somehow applies his power, I don't think that it will be so easy. I don't think.
Yeah, well, no, it'll definitely be a good workout for me, if nothing else.
Good workout.
Yeah, very good workout. Yeah, I'll be hanging out for dear life.
Yeah, you talking about Paulo?
Pablo, yeah, of course. Well, even yourself.
Okay. No, because what I just said that when you say that it's gonna be good workout, like you sound
No,
like.
if he's, yeah, well, I'm just saying, if he stops
okay,
me, I know I'm going to be
yeah.
completely exhausted to try to. I'm not going to give, obviously not going to give up, but it can be definitely a long, drawn out thing that takes forever. So we'll see how his stamina is. I know mine's not the greatest, but it'll still be fun.
Used to be your stamina used to be like best
Off the charts,
except against Devon, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm using muscles, I guess, too much instead of being relaxed and using the tendons that I used to when I was a kid. I don't know what it is, or of course I get winded when I try to climb up a flight of stairs. So it's definitely probably age and heart related. I don't do any cardio, which is probably not a good thing.
Super chat karaoke. Thank you for super chat. Is John going to help Devon prepare for Levan by practicing with him?
Devon reached out to see if I would possibly come to Canada to do a practice, but I don't know if I'm going to have the time or not. If I do, it would be after our match. Maybe there's a window there, the end of March, maybe the first week of April that I could pull before my match with Pablo. But other than that, I'm pretty well booked for just doing a little bit of training and then resting up for my next super match. So
I think that if it has the training purpose, and I think it would be good for your endurance, you know, because Devon in practice is just like just goes for training, but I know it will exhaust you, but I mean, but I'm just saying that you will be able to push your limits, you know, and increase the endurance. I don't know if that's what you need, or you need the explosive finishing for Paulo.
Right. Yeah.
You
No, I mean, there's a lot of guys that can push my limits, now that I don't really necessarily need Devon. Devon for me would be just nice to be able to pull fresh a few times, just out of curiosity and just try to figure out some angles and what is possible and what's not possible. But
Can I ask you a question? But just no political answer, you know, just like straight. If you and Devon 230 and Waffles, do you think that your chance of beating him higher?
Oh, of course. That's an easy answer. That the chances are definitely be higher. Straight up, WAF rules. Him being lighter, for sure it's going to make it easier. Whether or not, yeah, and especially if I continue to arm wrestle as much as I've been arm wrestling, I mean, I have no reason to believe that he would be that much stronger than our meeting in Vegas. Would it be easy? No. Do I have chances possibly to win? Yeah, of course. I think I would.
Because I would like to see that. I'm not saying that you would beat him or not, but do you realize that you're after some matches that you were not able to use your cup in hand wrist control, your wrist now kind of started to look better. You are more confident using your wrist first than pronator, unlike those matches that you were just holding and just using pronator. Starting with the match with Zolev, you started with the wrist, and then your pronator even became more effective. It just looked so. I mean,
No, the form seems to be the hand and wrist has definitely taken the longest time. But I look back at my match with Chance, and I thought, I thought I was in pretty good shape. I've been pulling a couple months, but I laugh when I see my forearm. It was like, oh man, you were this little tiny thing. So yeah, no, it's a process, and it's definitely it's been getting better and stronger. So
there you seem like you did everything you could just to win, and that was the only way you found it, with your side pressure with the pronator that way. That was the whole that you found it.
Yeah, it has a lot to do with just even not only the strength, but just the uncertainty, the lack of confidence to be able to go up there and set up. I mean, maybe I could have done something if I would have approached it a little differently and went hand to hand and made sure I got the cup. But I was, like you said, mentally I was just like, I'm going to hit this guy as hard as I can, and I forgot about all the fundamentals about securing the hand and wrist position first. But it was still fun. It worked out.
It was there, but you just didn't reach that info here yet, because it was too. And if we talk about your confidence, like compared to the time of pulling chains to now, where is your confidence? If you think about your, prime time, if you think the chance match, and if you think now, where is your confidence? If prime is 100, chance is 10. Yeah. Now are you like 70, 80 maybe?
Yeah, no, I'm getting closer and closer. I mean, maybe I'm fooling myself thinking that I'm anywhere near what I was, 5, 6 years ago. But with bigger and stronger matches and better opponents, I feel more and more like I'm in the hunt, and more and more, confident. With many matches, I get more and more confident. And I got to be stronger than when I pulled chance. I mean, I've been arm wrestling now pretty steadily, pretty regularly. Is it that much where if I'm not mentally prepared, that chance couldn't beat me right now? That's still a possibility. I think even when you're in shape and get really good, I mean, it's still such completely prepared. I feel I'm starting to feel more relaxed and more happy. The confidence is definitely coming back with every super match that I have to not be so worried and redlined and crazy off the go. I've had to be reminded that you can relax, and you can sometimes it's actually good to give up a little bit to gain that hand and wrist.
Yep. I'm more curious right now. Like, I'm more curious about your cupping and my pronator. Seriously.
Yeah. I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive that I would not. I don't. Just feeling what I felt with you air pulling it in Turkey. I almost guarantee that I would not be able to shut you down without the strap. It's gonna require the lock on the lower wrist to shut that pronation down.
So you are not going to try without strap?
I'll try, but I have a feeling that and from my experience, I know how to roll out once I get my wrist broke back. So it's I don't feel like you would have the hand control on the back of my hand to cut me and roll me. So I'll try to hang on, but I don't think it'll be successful.
So if you think that it doesn't work, you will pronate and go strap.
Yeah. I'll turn straight out. That's the training I've had from Dave Panton long ago. My wrist starts to go, I go up higher and get out.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to completely secure it, you have to have the confidence to actually cup me a little bit, crush down on me a little bit. If you do that, then that gives me a lane, an opening to pronate on you. So it's a fine line, definitely for.
I think that if you jump hook, and then if I hang you there, I better act like I'm in trouble, so that you will stop thinking about pronating out, and then suddenly boom before you go out.
Right. Yeah. No, I've learned if my wrist is straight, I'm not doing this anymore. I'll let it go. I'll go up to this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to secure the cup.
Yeah. Brian, what's the damage and the memories? Thank you for super chat. Engin, the Enigma, the question is for you. How do you think you would do against Irakli? Irakli would kill me, especially now when he is 105 kilo ripped. When I'm 90 kilo and fat, he would just kill me literally. And I don't even think that the God will have easy time with him. I really don't think that you will. No,
I'm gonna have to hopefully keep getting stronger and better here between now and then. That's gonna be not until August. So
the way that you can beat him, the way that you can beat him is the way that you pull your previous super matches, not so much because he will be here very tough. So you really need to skew your back pressure and pronator and balance the match. I'm thinking the best possible way is you to just and then beat him that way.
And then side pressure.
Yeah, outer side pressure, how you beat Dennis, how you beat Taras, but if you just jump in, he's just gonna take you and you will not have the resistance that hutchins will have there. You don't have that joint pressure. Yeah.
But you say, when you say Taras and Dennis, the play cup, I secured the cup. I had good cupping, good hand or wrist position still. That was an all pronation outside move. That was a cup with the Cobra style top roll.
That too. But sometimes, remember, they take you, like, your wrist goes like this, and then you pronate after that. And then I'm not talking about, there are times that you hold Taras like this and beat too. I'm not talking about that. But there has been times that you lost your wrist control. I don't know. I don't
still
think
had the pronator, right?
Yeah.
Right. No, you're right. You're right.
Of course, I know you more than you know yourself. So just, of course, I'm not.
Yeah, that also worries me here this week. That I've been. If anybody knows how my weaknesses and my
yeah. You just tell me one thing. Do you even have this much of worry about me?
Oh yeah, no. I told you. I told you in private that yeah, you seriously, honestly, have really good chances of busting me, and maybe even sweeping me if I can't.
Maybe one round, and then I will be the happiest person. But I will. Yeah. One round.
I'm gonna. Yeah. It'll be interesting. Hopefully, there's no betting. There's not any betting on our matches. There.
No.
Devon didn't do any of that betting.
No.
Good. Because
I told Devon that long ago that I don't want any betting on my matches. It's against my belief. So I will not
good
on my matches. So any other match they can. Anyway, so Norway will be great. Have you been there before?
Never. Been to Sweden, but never in Norway.
John, one of the best ever places ever that I have been.
Yeah.
Maybe even
the best. Seeing pictures of it. Yeah.
Beautiful.
It looks amazing.
And
really,
unique,
I'm super looking forward.
Not like other places. It's unique. There is. I mean, there are. I don't know. Sea is going into the. I don't know how to say. Like so many seas look like you would think that they are like river or something, but hundreds of them, I think. And there, like side, there are hills like this, and then all the houses are on the hills. You would just jump from there to the down, and you don't find many flat place. Any small flat place, they made a city or town, whatever, And it's just
we were thinking about possibly even leaving a day early. Is it worth to maybe just hang out in Bergen one day and just kind of hang out and see the locals and see the town? Is there?
See, they are going to take us. What's that?
Yeah, the airport's a little bit distance from the city, right?
I think 1.5 hours or 2.5 hours, 2 hours or something.
Okay, so it's long, so that might not work out as well. I like I said, I was just thinking about maybe going a day early and just kind of hanging out without,
Where in Oslo or something?
Yeah, no, in Bergen. Bergen.
Oh, Bergen. I mean, we can talk with them. See, Sunday is nothing. When are you going back? Monday or Sunday?
I need to come back Monday. Renee's got to be back to work on Tuesday.
Sunday there is nothing to do on Sunday. So maybe we go Bergen and then see around and then stay in Bergen and come back. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, and then we can. You want to talk about all those arm wrestling before the event or after the event?
All the what?
Talking about arm wrestling, you and I, if we are in the same place, of course we're gonna talk about arm wrestling, right?
Oh yeah. We'll for sure. Yeah, for sure. We'll have to do a little meeting.
Okay. One last super chat, and then I let you go. Big Grow Gold.
All right.
Number 1 and number 2 best that have never put these elbows on the table. Engine. Why does John at 57 pull more than anyone else on the planet? Since he came back. I think we need to ask him this question, not me. Why do you put your elbow on the pad more than anyone else at this age, 57?
I don't know, because I can, I guess. I still enjoy it, and that's I feel that that's what makes me a better arm wrestler. So I mean, you're not going to get better if you don't put your elbow on the table. Simple
John,
as that.
Is that because everyone's training system is based on gym numbers and this, so they peak and this and that, while your main training is table training and you depend on it?
Yeah.
So that's why you are always ready.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. I've done that from my whole life. So.
Yeah. Anyways, John, see you next week. Thank you for your time. And
all right. Yeah, for sure. Looking forward to it. We'll have a good time.
Take care of yourself.
All right.
Take care.
Everybody,
Bye-bye.
take care. Thanks.